right?
How did you get into the fitness world to start with?
Yeah, so I would say it was just that realization. Like I said, that, drugs were more of like a reactive form of therapy.
Mm-hmm.
It's something after you're already sick, when we can do so much to either reverse, you know, premature disease or prevent it.
Yeah.
So that's why I think it was pandemic, like right during that time, I was realizing like how much we didn't know about health and science and treatment. I was like, we don't know the cure to
Yeah.
COVID, but
Like a lot of doctors, if you tell them that you have pain, they just give you a pill.
and just remember how like we were so about diet and exercise and vitamins and elderberry and all those things and vitamin C and zinc during the pandemic.
Mm-hmm.
And that's how people were actually recovering from COVID versus prescription drugs.
Yes.
So for me, it was just a turning point. And then I was also a content creator. So I was like, you know what? People love fitness
Mm-hmm.
online. So let's do it.
Yeah. And what's interesting, like when I did my research, is that the women in the fitness industry are doing better than the men. What's your
Mm.
take on that?
Well, it's a male dominated industry, right? But we could be performing better because women are better at everything. I'm just kidding. No, but honestly, I just think that women, we're going to spend that extra time and attention towards our community.
Mm-hmm.
So, say it's
Yes.
like a group of people that you're training, we're not going to just be trying to make money. We're actually there for the wellness. So, I think that women are actually bringing not only strength, right? Like we're showing men that we can lift heavy and we can do all the things they can, but we also have that caring, nurturing
Yeah.
aspect. Yeah.
And you definitely are developing this sense of
Yes.
community that people, especially like during COVID, we were so
Yeah.
isolated. We needed to find people that kind of gave us that sense of we're not alone.
Exactly.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
so that's what you were able to gather people around you and
Mm-hmm.
around your technique.
Yeah.
And so being from the world of medicine and pharmaceutical industry, what do you bring from all of your knowledge
Mhm.
to now the world of fitness?
Yeah, I think supplementation obviously is a big thing, right? Like knowing protein, nutrition, macros, making sure everyone gets, you know, oof, the
Take
daily
your time. Yeah,
amount,
girl.
guys. The daily amount that they need of your protein and just being able to like make it make sense. Like, why are we doing this? I think
Mm-hmm.
a lot of like CPTs, they just have like the knowledge that you should be doing it, but not the why. So, so yeah, that's
She
what I
is
bring to the
going through
industry.
it. What's interesting with your pain is that a lot of people they have neck and shoulder problem, and the pain can have, or the discomfort can have different source. I think for you it comes from repetitive movement, playing golf, working out and holding weights,
Mm,
because you do your specialty right now is with the
hip
dumbbells,
training,
right?
yep. Hmm.
Yeah, like you're holding the dumbbells like this, so you're using all of those muscles a lot, and probably you're helping yourself with the shoulders.
Yeah,
Yeah,
there's a lot going on. And I never get this, so I never get to release the tension. Yeah.
there is a lot of people that work out or
Yeah.
dance, and you guys don't realize that, for example, for you as a fitness leader,
Hmm.
you're an athlete.
Yeah.
So you have to treat your body like an
Hmm.
athlete. You already do really good with the nutrition.
Right.
Now you have to take care of your body
Man. And I get
too.
massages, but they don't have the knowledge of the muscle and the connection and the tendons, things
Mm.
like that you guys do.
It's true that you can have a massage for relaxation,
Yep.
but you can also
Yes.
have massage more like manual physical therapy or therapeutical massage,
Hmm.
and you just have to find the right person.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
if you're the right person, if you have knowledge, drop your contact because people need you
Yes, we need you all over the world.
all over the world.
And guys, she's really strong. Like these fingers. Whew.
That's what my players tell me.
Yeah. And they
Sometimes
probably, yeah, they have tight muscles.
they hide sometimes from me. They're like, I'm not in the mood. I'm
Yeah.
not in the mood today. So, but they also know that, when
They
it's
need
time
it.
and when their body need it, they can avoid it. Because your body is kind of like a car, like a very expensive car. And you need to take care of all the parts.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it
Break
work.
down.
Yeah, you
It'll
need your
break
body
down
to
on the
work.
side of the road
Mm-hmm.
or the side of the court. Don't want
So
that.
yeah, so you have tight shoulders, tight biceps. Now let's work on your forearm. Because the
Okay.
forearm also, not only she's working out, but working on the computer, being on the phone, we use, those flexors and those extensors a lot.
You learned in France how to do it?
I was born and raised in France, and then I came to the US. I wanted to change my life, learn English, and so I was in LA first, 15 years, working with the Clippers.
So where did you learn this though? France.
A little bit in France,
Okay.
and then a lot here as
Okay.
well.
Nice.
Then after that, I moved to Philly for the Sixers.
Nice. East Coast girls.
East Coast, that's a really going from the Clippers to the Sixers, West Coast, East Coast.
Yeah.
It's almost like two different cultures,
Yeah.
two different countries, two different ways of seeing life, and two different ways of expressing themselves and being real or not.
Wow. I love how she said that. Two different countries. Because we're here and like Europe is so different. But the fact that you can actually see the difference, we never really think of that.
Yeah. Especially when you have the chance to live really into both of the culture, within, because it's United States of America.
Yeah.
Several states together, several mini countries together, and you really see it when you live in there.
Wow.
Because where are you from originally?
So I'm from Washington, D.C. So
Okay.
that is like the East Coast, not too far from Philly. Yeah.
Yeah, about 2 hours.
Yep.
Yeah.
Did you ever go to D.C.?
I've been to DC, yeah, a lot, because we play over there. I'm only 2 hours from
Wizards.
there. Yes. So, like, how did you move from Washington to LA?
LA. Wow. So it's really interesting. So I went to college in New York. I went to Syracuse, so it's upstate New York. So it was very cold because it's almost Canada. And I was just kind of ready for that weather change because, in DC, we have the seasons. You get snow, you get everything, all the seasons. Even though here, I don't know what's going on with LA. It's been acting crazy.
Cold,
Man,
rain.
oh my gosh. So, yeah, it's unpredictable, but I wanted more predictable weather. I knew people already out here and I could do medicine anywhere. So I was like, let me just move to LA. And now it's my second home.
So far, what was a pivotal moment in your life that you can think of?
I would say it's when I transitioned full time to doing this, to being a fitness coach, to being a content creator. That's big after being a pharmacist, right? So
Was it
it
scary?
was scary. It was definitely scary. But I was working on both the entire time. So I've been doing content creation for 10 years. And so that's as long as I've been in school, right? So bachelor of college, that was 4 years, and another 4 for pharmacy school, and some years of schooling in between. So throughout that whole process, I was with the camera, behind the scenes, content creation, working with brands. And so it was just a moment of like I had to choose. And it did feel scary, right?
Yes.
Especially because I was known for one thing. But I was just so happy that I build the brand enough to where it was good standing alone. So
Do you remember the day where you were like, that's it, like this is like I made my decision? How did it feel? Can
wow.
you go back to that time where you're like, this is what I'm gonna do now?
I mean, I think again, it was gradual. There was a bunch of different points where I knew, but I always finish what I start. So I knew before I finished pharmacy school that this is what I was going to do. I was going to transition and work for myself.
Mm-hmm.
But I really kind of knew that the first time when I got into pharmacy school and I created a whole new social media account on Instagram
Mm-hmm.
because I was in fear that when I went into pharmacy school, I'd be judged for, content creation or my fashion or what I was wearing, whatever. And so I had 60,000 followers on that page. I completely got rid of that page
Wow,
and
that's
made a
bold.
new page, and I went viral on the second page.
Really?
And that page now is the page that's over 1.3. So I think that that was just the universe. That was God telling me that, you know, this is also something that is your purpose. So,
That's your path.
yeah.
And so how did you manage to deal with the judgment or what you thought
Mm,
would be a judgment from people?
yeah. I think that ultimately it was like that decision to even put content out again after I was in school and kind of like it wasn't like anyone told me I could. I just felt like, hey, this is who I am. Like I don't need to hide who I am. And what is also a craft. Like this is a job for many people. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like at the time, like YouTube was huge. There's a lot of
Mm-hmm.
creators making, a lot of money. So I'm like, you know what? Why am I sitting here and judging people for the things that I don't want to be judged for? So I just said, you know what? I'm just gonna be myself, and that's where it got me.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
what I call bold and resilient, following your dream. It's really hard,
It is.
because you had a path that was safe.
Yes.
And now you went to a path that basically depend on people and
Yeah.
depend on what you're bringing out to the world.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's definitely scary.
Yeah. And you know what? I love how I married the two.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah.
Yes. And that's not the case for a lot of fitness leaders. You
Mm,
actually know your
mm-hmm.
shit
Thank you. Yes.
because she went to medicine school. Like she knows about nutrients, she knows about vitamins, she knows about science
And the body. Oh
and the
God.
body.
They tell
Yes.
you so many things that you don't even use in practice. And we have to know everything. It's 4 years worth of knowledge. So
Yeah.
I don't regret it because it definitely helped me with, I mean, taking the CPT exam, the personal training exam was so easy because I already
Mm-hmm.
knew everything
You know
about
your
science.
anatomy.
Yeah, my anatomy. So,
That's amazing. Yeah,
yeah.
I'm super proud of you for doing
Thank
that.
you.
And so, I'm gonna work on your
Okay.
hips from the side. You're gonna have this leg. Boom, boom. Hip work. Let's go. Mm,
Jeez.
mm, mm,
Everything is
mm, mm.
the thing is everything tickles, which is bad.
So now I'm gonna work on Robin's tight hips. Okay. So that might gonna be a little bit more painful than the
Oh
shoulders,
God.
but you need it.
I need it,
So let's
guys.
go for it.
I need it.
So it looks like you tackled the challenge of kind of like being judged, like
Yes.
really well. Is there something that you would do differently now that you actually have that experience? If you were to talk to your older self?
Older self. I think that I think in the past I used to be like a people pleaser for
Mm-hmm.
sure. And that is something so hard to let go of, just to know that your thoughts, your feelings are valid as well. And how you judge yourself or how you look at yourself is equally as important. So it took a while for me to really figure that out. So I think like if I was talking to my younger self, I would definitely tell her, girl, listen, you're doing the right thing. You're on the path that you're supposed to be on, no matter how it looks, no matter how long it takes, and no matter who, has something to say. And like just to know that I've grown my community this large with so much support from both sides of health and wellness.
Mm-hmm.
It's just amazing. And even teachers and the people that I was fearful of judging me, they're like, "Wow, you go because this is what we need in this industry."
Yes,
So,
yes. Probably that was your fear and
mhm.
not really the reality of
Right.
what was going on.
Right. Right.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
that's also part of growing up and
Yeah,
trusting yourself.
exactly.
You're a Black woman like me. Fitness industry is a man world, even though the women are more successful. And I'm Black, same, working in a men's world. Um, and I'm foreign.
She's like
So
on
like
top of
I
that.
have everything. So a lot of baggage.
Yeah.
So how was it for you, or how is it still for you as a Black woman working in that industry?
Yeah. I would say it was even tougher as a Black woman in the medical industry,
Oh
right?
wow.
To get that respect and to be like, oh, is this my doctor? Yes, it is. I did the
Mm,
same schooling as my counterparts and my colleagues, and everyone, got the same degree. Yet, because I look this way, and then, of course, add someone who like puts themselves together and looks and all that to it, it's just more and more things that make someone just not believe that you know what you're talking about.
mhm.
So that credibility was very, very, it wasn't anything that I felt like I needed to prove to anyone, but I just think the work speaks for itself. So that's what I would say is just like when you feel like, that you have all of these odds against you,
Yes.
just
You
let your
sometimes
work
you see
speak.
it in people's eyes.
Yeah.
They look at you and are like, oh, this is my therapist?
And I'll be like, hi, yes, I'm Dr. Robin,
Mm-hmm.
So, or I'm your therapist for the day,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
they'll be like, oh,
Yeah, I remember when I started, because my name is Doris. So in France, it's kind of nice, but in America, it's an old lady name. So,
yeah, I
they
guess.
would know from their, trainer or whatever that Doris is going to come to your house. So I knock at the door, and sometimes they'll be like, because they
Oh my
expected a white
God.
old lady.
I never thought about
Yeah,
that.
and
You're
I'm like,
right.
I'm Black, I'm young,
Yep.
and I have an accent and I'm French. So they were like,
Ah.
to
So how did you deal with that?
me, it was funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought it was like hilarious to show and to see their face, like, oh, okay. And sometimes I joke, I'm like, that's not who you were expecting,
Is it?
right? Let's have fun. And there is, for me, also the judgment of she's petite, she's
She's
maybe
strong, y'all.
skinny.
She's so strong.
They're like, I'm gonna have a shitty treatment. And then
Mhm.
they're on the table and they're like,
Yeah. Yeah, literally.
yeah. To me, that's kind of like
Yeah.
funny.
Wow.
Yeah. And so now that you gain respect and you gain also, you're confident in yourself, like
Mhm.
as a Black woman, talented, knowledgeable. So what is now your stamp on the world? What are you bringing?
Right.
Yeah.
I just want to help as many people as possible. Luckily, I have a fitness app. Whoo, y'all. I have a fitness app that grows daily. And it's a program that isn't like a 30-day program or a 6 month or 9 month, like no cap on it. Like people can literally train with me for years. And I just love that about my training. And it's one to one. They hear me.
Mhm.
And so I just want to help as many people as possible and get everyone into the Ladder app. And team formation is specifically about form, finding your form and tempo and just looking like a pro in the gym so that you can do any move with or without me. And so I just really focus on form besides, lifting heavy or anything else. I want people to do it right. Yeah. So that's my goal, is just to help a lot of people.
I love that. We need leaders like you, leaders
Thank
that
you.
look like us,
Mm.
so that we can feel like confident. Representation is everything.
The representation
Really,
is
representation is
everything.
everything,
Yes,
so
girl.
that anybody can feel like it's possible. It's
Yes.
possible to be fit. It's possible to feel
Yeah.
good in your body, because fitness is also mental health.
Yep.
Yeah.
I love seeing us. I love seeing us doing this. Like, look at this. This is
Yeah.
amazing.
Me
You're
too.
showing me your skill and you're doing an amazing job. And I just think it's refreshing to see.
What's kind of like you're gonna bend on this.
Mhm.
What's the misconception about Black women in general?
Oh, man.
So before you answer that
Yes.
question, she's gonna go up and down, kind of like
Okay.
like a
Clamshell.
dog that
Okay.
pees on a pole.
Okay. Feet together or just everything up separates?
Everything up
Okay.
and then back down.
Okay.
So you're gonna go
There's
up
so many. Okay.
and
Down.
down.
Let's see if I can do this.
Let's go. Up.
Oh, God. So I think, okay.
Yeah.
I see you, mobility.
Good job.
Almost.
Give me 3 more.
Okay.
And
Nice.
nice. Last one. Good. And now you can answer the question.
Yeah, I had to concentrate on that one. But I think the misconception of Black women is that, that just like women, we're inferior to men. We, especially in fitness, we aren't strong enough, we aren't smart enough, we don't understand business. And then add on top of it being Black, it's just that we don't care about those things too. I think that's a big thing, is like that we don't want to be entrepreneurs, or we can't. And I think it's really like, literally, it's knowledge is power. And I feel like for me, once I get my hands on anything, I can do it. You know what I mean? I can learn anything. I can become a lawyer tomorrow. Like, that's pretty much a lot of Black women. Like, we are resilient. We can take care of home and take care of our careers and our man. And it's just like, I don't know. I've seen it done a million times. So I don't get why the world doesn't understand that we can do it, right? Like,
Yeah, we have to keep proving ourselves
proving
all the
it.
time, all the time.
It's so crazy.
Mm.
So, but let's just keep doing it. Keep doing us.
Yes.
Let's go.
So I'm
Okay.
gonna go
What? You want to
let's
do
back.
what?
So I'm gonna work on what's called the TFLs, the tensor fascia latae, and a little bit of your hip flexors. So we go slow. So what you're gonna do, because you're really tight on your hips, as a maintenance program, you're gonna take a tennis ball or lacrosse ball. Start with the tennis ball because it's less hard. You're gonna put it where my hands are, right here, in the TFL, in the crest right here.
Oh my goodness.
And you're gonna lay down on it and just kind of like let the ball melt inside your hips. Okay,
That was
because
better.
that is really tight, girl.
Is that bad?
Yes. Yes, because when your hip is tight like that, especially one side more than another, it changes your gait and it puts you at risk of injury because you work out a lot. So that means that you're going to compensate with your hips, and then your lower back might be working more and you're going to have lower back pain.
Yeah.
So that's something that you want to really be
Ooh,
careful.
yeah, right
Okay,
there.
right there. I can feel it.
Feel like a noodle.
After that session, you're
Uh-huh.
gonna stand up, and then you're gonna have to readapt, because
Yeah.
I made a little bit of change in like neuromuscular pathways, in how
Mm.
now your brain is gonna perceive your body. And so you're gonna feel a bit like, oh, loose.
Wow. So I should put the tennis balls here.
Yes, you put the tennis ball in here and you lay down on the side and you kind of let the ball just
Deep.
like,
Okay.
yeah,
Massage
we
it.
watch TV. Anybody can do it at home.
Nice.
Put the ball here, you lay down, you watch TV,
I'm
and then you do
doing
the other
that.
hip. You can do it inside of the hip right here, where you have the iliopsoas. That's also a muscle that's linked to emotion. So if you feel sad, stress, you put the ball right here, and then you lay down on the
On it.
floor like this. That'll be good
Nice.
for you.
Love it.
So
That quad.
oh, that quad.
Ah, it's just tickly.
But it's interesting because the body has different ways of saying like it's too much. And so like tickling is like
Yeah.
a similar pathway as
Really?
yeah. Let's work a little bit on your quad. So that's gonna help your hip and your hip
Okay.
rest because they're so tight. And I can't really go too deep because it's too
Yeah.
sensitive. So we're gonna go a little bit away from it to see if that helps. All right, let's try it. If it's too much, you let me know. All right, I'll be a little.
Ah, tickle, tickle.
Tickle. So you see like this little ball?
What is that?
So that's called a densification. So that's kind of like a knot, but not in your muscle, but in your fascia. The fascia is,
Yeah.
it's like the little white flesh, that's the
Mhm.
white tissue that's in between everything. So that's in it. And to be able to get rid of that, I need to create a little bit of inflammation. That's why I'm kind of like, rubbing on it. And the inflammation is going to ask the body to bring some hyaluronic acid to that spot. And then it's just gonna melt down. That's how it works. So I'm creating a little bit of inflammation.
But what about for athletes or fitness people who want to see that definition? Are you getting rid of the
No.
Okay.
You're actually helping it. Because what's going on is that if you don't take care of your body, so your body is going to reproduce the length of the muscle that already exists. So you're going to build on tight muscles, right? So if you want to help your definition, you want to have muscle that can glide on top of each other instead of being stuck. So that's going to help the definition because now you can add muscle fiber underneath, in between, and so they're going to grow more and they're going to be more defined. And the fact that you are having a length that is more comfortable, and that's more flexible, then you're going to grow more muscle fibers instead of building muscle fiber that are tight and short. You're going to build muscle fiber that are long and strong.
I love that.
Okay.
Yeah.
So for you also as a maintenance, foam rolling on your quads.
I don't. I only do my back and the back of my legs. So, okay.
Foam rolling. So I know that it's difficult, the foam rolling on the quads, because it hurts. And so we tend to be lazy to the pain.
Yeah.
Yeah. But for you, it's important to use the foam roller. And what you're going to do is you're going to roll, you're going to bend your knee and straight.
You okay over there?
When I come back, we're going to do another session. Like regular. Yes, so that can really take even better care of you. But that's not going to be enough. I'm giving you a little taste right now. But you need it. Or you need to find somebody that is like similar, deeper, more therapeutical work. If you stretch, you do the foam rolling, and then you also take care of the tissue, you're going to build more muscles.
Right. Okay.
So now I want to just finish her and work a little bit deeper on her TFL and on her quads with a little bit of movement. And I really want you to make sure that after that session, you promise me that you're going to take care of your body.
Okay.
Okay, foam rolling,
Foam roll.
stretching, yoga. Okay,
I
because when I
got
come
it.
back and I'm going to work on you again, I want to see even more definition.
Yes.
Because that's going to help you.
Okay. I got it. Homework assignment.
And so to finish off, what would you tell your younger self with, when you think about your journey so far?
Wow. I would just tell my younger self to trust the process. I am impatient at nature, so I think that my younger self would appreciate how far I've come and how long it took for me to get there, but how happy I truly am now that I'm here. So I think she just needs to stay patient and trust the process.
I love that. I love that.
And stretch her hips. Younger self, stretch your hips, please, because you do not want to be dealing with this later.
Amazing. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Doris.
Where can we find you? I want to work out with you. I
Yes.
want to know more about your other businesses. Where can I find you?
Well, remember, my mission is to help as many people as possible. So you can find me on the Join Ladder app, and I'm Team Formation. You'll see me there, as well as my Instagram, which is at dr.robinb, and it's the same for all platforms. TikTok, that Snapchat, everything.
Thank you
Thank
so
you,
much.
I feel so much better.
And cut.
Good?
So good.